Hello guys, I'm Kylie from Cultivate Soap and Skincare, where we create natural, pure skincare that is minimal, using certified organic ingredients, local, and wildcrafted ingredients in all our products as well. So today I'm just going to talk to you about what a salve is, answering this question because it's a question I get a lot, because it's one of our best-selling products is our chaga mushroom salve, and people are always like, how do I use it? Also, I want to share with you at the end of this video how you can make a simple salve at home if you like to tinker around with herbs and make your own kind of stuff at home. So I'm going to show you that and give you some tips and all that fun stuff and share with you a simple recipe. Also, I'm going to share with you how you can use it in your everyday life and how I use it in my literally every single day. So what is a salve in general? So a salve is basically just a oily ointment that helps to repair the skin topically. So any small wounds, cuts, scrapes, things like that. And it's actually, salve has been used for literally centuries all around the world in many different cultures, and there's so many actually on the market you'll find when you start looking up salves, because there are so many different combinations that you can make depending on the different oils, different ingredients, different waxes that you can use to formulate different recipes. So I'm not going to talk too much into the history, but when you look up the history, it's literally used in so many all across the world. It's literally salve, balm, mentioned in the Bible, like been around forever. A salve is also kind of like what we would think as an aquaphor or a neosporin, but in natural form, because aquaphora and neosporin are petroleum based, whereas a salve is going to be an oil base of wax, butters, and tallow sometimes, or oil. So like carrier oils like olive oil, almond oil, things like that. And those three combination is what makes up a salve, but people also add different essential oils, different herbs, and even extracts sometimes to give the salve a more niched purpose for what they want to use it for. For example, peppermint, people might add peppermint to it to make more of a invigorating, soothing, relaxing salve for as a chest rub, under the nose, things like that. Or some people might take calendula and infuse it into olive oil or into an oil and then add that to their salve to make more of a super gentle salve for like diaper rashes. And then sometimes people just add essential oil for pure pleasure of loving the scent of, let's say, like lavender or jasmine or rose. But they will add many different benefits to it. So that's basically all a salve is. And now I'm going to share with you how I use at least the one that we make here at Cultivate Soap. So we actually make two salves. One is our chaga mushroom salve, and the other one is a mullein mint salve. So our chaga mushroom salve is the one that I use pretty much every single day. This is what it looks like. It kind of looks beat up because I literally refill this every time I want more. But yeah, so as you can see, I use a lot of it, and you don't need a whole lot. So this salve I use, very versatile. I can use for chapped skin. So if my knuckles get chapped in the winter, I can use it for chapstick. I use it as a face moisturizer on my face, feet, after I get out of the shower. So it's a really gentle product. Now our mullein mint salve I use as a vapor rub, maybe if I'm feeling congested, sick, on the chest, under the nose, on the bottoms of the feet. People actually use it to help stimulate digestion on their kids when they had a tummy ache. But there's a lot of different uses, and you can actually go check out my blog post. I will link it in the description down below on other ways that you can use this chaga salve. And because the beeswax really helps to seal in moisture, that's what makes salve that's what makes salves very proactive in what they're doing. So when you have different herbs, different essential oils, that beeswax helps to seal in the benefits from maybe the different herbs or different oils that are in there, so you can get maximum amount of support from that salve and the maximum amount of benefits from that salve. That is basically all a salve is. I hope this helped. Please go check out our blog post. And now I'm going to show you how you can make a simple recipe, and also that recipe will be in written form on the blog as well, so you can go take a look at that. But let's get into making some salve. So we are starting off with our ingredients: beeswax. I'm using organic pellets here. Pellets are more easier to use, so I'd recommend those for like DIY projects. Then you'll need some organic shea butter. And then we are using olive oil infused with alkanet root, but you can use pretty much any carrier oil, and if you would like to, use an infused oil with pretty much any herb. And then an essential oil, if you would like. I'm using lavender, but feel free to pretty much use anything. And then we have our stirring utensils that are clean and sanitized. One container that's not heat safe, and then another glass container that is heat safe, so it can go on the stove. And then a scale to weigh all our ingredients. Lastly, you will also need a clean container and a label to identify the product that you just made. And lastly, a hot pad just to put your hot container on, because that is important. So we're going to start by weighing out our beeswax. We'll need 0.2 ounces. And melt that first. So I'm not melting the shea butter quite yet, because if you melt shea butter, or if it gets too hot, it can have a grainy texture to that, which isn't the best texture. So we're going to let the beeswax melt, and now we're going to weigh out 0.2 ounces of shea butter. And the beeswax won't take too long, and you will still probably need to heat up the beeswax again, but very low heat and stirring it, and it won't take very long to melt. So after those both are melted, I'm going to add the olive oil or whatever carrier oil you're using into our oils. And because we're working with such a small batch, you might need to melt it down again on very low heat, and stirring it won't take very long. Now we're going to add our essential oils. If you're not sure about how many drops to add of your essential oil, I'm going to leave here a quick chart that works for most essential oils used in personal care at home, and this is just good for a quick reference for small DIY projects like this one. So now we're going to stir that up and add it to our container. And it's as simple as that. And now we're going to let it solidify. And as it's solidifying, you could go ahead and make that label, writing what the product is, and also writing the date on there as well. They should last about a year. After that, they kind of aren't as potent anymore. But that is pretty much it. That is how you make a really simple salve at home. I did want to mention lastly too, if you are choosing to use different essential oils, different herbs, things like that, but you're not really 100% sure how to use them, I will be coming out with more videos on different herbs and also infusions, and also more things about essential oils. But for now, I would also, on top of that, though there are a lot of resources out there, but I find that books are like the best thing, and I will leave some on the blog post too and links to them. But Herbal Academy, their perfume journal, gives a lot of information, and they have a course on, and that's more on fragrances, and that's more for like scent and blending herbs. And then I have this other book on herbs that I think my grandma gave it to me, but it's been really helpful. And then I have this one more on essential oils, natural remedies. It gives remedies in there of like little things that you could make yourself, but then also in the back it has all about each herb and a little description, maybe precautions that you would need to take for them, and then other things that blend well and their medicinal uses. So there's another one, and then I have some more that I will leave on the blog post too. But books are so helpful. And then you're not always looking at a screen, right?